Here's the uncomfortable truth. A lot of AI apps sound smart, right up until they need a fact.
And that is exactly where RAG comes in. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation.
Which sounds technical, but the real question is brutal. Is the model answering from actual sources, or just confidently guessing?
Right. RAG gives the model a way to look things up before it answers. That changes the game for accuracy, freshness, and trust.
So this is not just prompting better. This is giving the model external knowledge on demand.
Exactly. Think of it as a two-part system. First, retrieve relevant information. Then, generate an answer using that information.
Give me a concrete case.
A user asks, "What is our company refund policy for annual plans?" A plain model might answer from general internet patterns. A RAG system first pulls your real policy docs, then answers from those.
So the power shift is obvious. Without retrieval, the model controls the facts. With RAG, your documents do.
That is a good way to put it. Step 1 is the user query. Someone asks a question in natural language.
And the system cannot just throw that raw question at the model and hope for the best.
Usually no. Step 2 is query processing. The system may rewrite or clean up the question so retrieval works better. For example, it may turn "Can I cancel late?" into something closer to cancellation terms after renewal date.
Because search quality decides answer quality.
Exactly. Step 3 is retrieval. The system searches an external knowledge source, like documents, manuals, policies, tickets, or internal notes, and pulls back the most relevant chunks.
Chunks, not whole books.
Right. You do not want to dump an entire handbook into the prompt. You want the few passages most likely to answer the question.
Give me another example, but with higher stakes.
A developer asks, "Why did this payments API fail after the March release?" A RAG system can retrieve the release notes, the migration guide, and the error code reference. Now the answer is grounded in the current system, not generic advice from old training data.
That is where winners and losers show up. One team ships a support bot that cites the right update. Another ships a bot that invents a fix and wastes a week.
Exactly. Step 4 is augmentation. The retrieved passes are attached to the model prompt as context. Now, the model sees both the user question and the external knowledge.
So the model is still generating text, but its working memory now includes evidence.
Yes. Step 5 is generation. The model writes an answer using that context. In a good setup, it sticks closely to the retrieved material instead of drifting into unsupported claims.
And if retrieval fails, the whole thing wobbles.
That is the key risk. Bad retrieval means weak context, and weak context means weak answers. RAG is not magic. It depends on finding the right information at the right time.
So why not just fine-tune a model and bake the knowledge in?
Because external knowledge changes, policies change, product docs change, prices change, regulations change. RAG lets you update the source data without retraining the model every time reality moves.
That sounds like the real strategic reason. Freshness.
Freshness plus control. You can point the system at the knowledge you trust. That matters for enterprise search, customer support, engineering docs, legal workflows, and any place where being wrong is expensive.
Let's make that concrete one more time.
Imagine a hospital help desk assistant. A clinician asks for the latest procedure steps. If the model answers from stale memory, that is dangerous. With RAG, it can retrieve the current protocol document first, then respond based on that exact source.
So RAG is not just about making AI smarter. It is about making it accountable to current information.
Yes. The simple flow is this. User asks a question, system retrieves relevant external knowledge, model reads that context, then generates an answer grounded in what was found.
And the reason programmers should care is simple. If your app needs facts that change, memory alone is a trap.
Exactly. RAG turns an AI from a slick improviser into something much closer to a researcher. And in production, the systems that can look things up beat the systems that only sound like they know.